Hey guys, the Simple Student here. So today I'm going to walk through how to sign up and deploy a Node application on Heroku. So Heroku is a really nice, easy, and free way to deploy applications to the web. And today we're going to deploy a Node application. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come to Heroku.com and sign up for a free account. Once you've signed up and you're logged in, you're going to see a screen like this, and we're going to make and deploy a Node application. So in this video, I'm going to be running through this tutorial that they provide. If you feel like you'd be better suited to just following these steps yourself, then go on ahead and do that. If not, then follow along. So we're going to first of all set up, and I already have the Heroku command line interface installed, but if you don't have that, then go on ahead and install this. Okay, so I've just split the screen to make this process easier. So once you have the Heroku CLI installed, then you're going to want to log into Heroku in the terminal. So once we're logged in, then we can follow on, and it just wants to make sure that we have Node installed and npm installed and git installed. So yeah, that all looks okay. I have an old version installed, but it should still work. So the next part of the tutorial is preparing the Node application. So in this example, they give us a Node application, sort of like a bare bones application to start off with. So we might just use that, and it will also work if you have your own Node application, and I'll just show you the steps to do that. So we're just going to move to the desktop, and we're going to clone this repo. And once it's cloned, we're just going to move in. So now we're inside the project, and we could actually install our Node modules and try to run this locally before we deploy to Heroku. So it says we're listening on port 5000. If we go to port 5000, then we can see this is the Node application that Heroku provides. Okay, so now that we have the Node application up and running locally, I think it might be useful to go through the project directory and explain what some of these things are. So first of all, the index.js file, we can see we're using the express module, and we're going to set the variable port to 5000 if this doesn't exist. And we're using the express server to serve an index page of this route, and we're listening on port 5000. Following on from that, I think another thing that's important in Node applications is the package.json file. So we can see here we're defining a name, a version, a description. So this file just gives us some information about our project. It also defines a script, the script. So whenever you run npm start, this is the command that will run. And we also define in dependencies and dev dependencies. So from here, I think the next most important thing is procfile. And this is something that's important for Heroku deployments. If you have an existing Node application that you want to deploy to Heroku, then you're going to have to add this file in. And it just defines the command that's run whenever it's deployed. So it's going to run index.js. Okay, so now we're back inside the tutorial. We've already cloned this, and we've checked everything's working locally, so we're ready to carry on with the tutorial. So next we're going to create and deploy our application on Heroku. So we're going to run this command. You can give it a name if you want, and if you don't provide a name, it'll just randomly generate a name. Um, so here we're creating the Heroku application and we're getting a remote. So now that we have that, we can push the master, and this will basically deploy our application. So this whole process is very easy through the Heroku command line interface. It's very useful. So now it's just doing the build, installing our dependencies, and launching. And we can see that it was deployed. So to check that all this is working, we just want to make sure that one dyno is running in Heroku. So yeah, we have one dyno running, and now we can open it, and we can see that this should all be working. Yeah, as you can see, our Heroku application is now deployed. Okay, now that we have our Node application deployed in Heroku and it's running, there's some more things you can do here in this tutorial, but we have our basic application up and running now, and it's hosted on Heroku. So for the minute, we're just going to go back to the Heroku homepage, and this is what it's going to look like now. So we have our tutorial here. We can go into it, and we can look at logs. We can see that it was released, created. These are just short-term logs. If you want to get like longer-term logs or any other useful add-ons, that's where you do it here. And another thing that's quite useful is just being able to add environment variables here. So I guess that's the basics of deploying a Node application to Heroku. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to hopefully be uploading a bit more often now, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So if you'd like to see any videos, then feel free to ask in the comments. Thanks for watching.